We're talking about 97% right now, and the ANC rolling in the money. Well, not literally, but I'm saying they're riding the craze there with about 68.18%, and followed by the EFF at 14.19%, and DA 5.61%. And in Polokwane, safe to say, the most hotly contested municipality, a very sprawling, massive municipality, 45 wards. The goal there for the EFF was to just win it, but of course the ANC sitting regally atop that municipality with 60.8%, and the EFF 22.88%. The EFF invested a lot of resources in this municipality, but of course, as you can see, they have not won it. But it's not all doom and gloom. They now have 8 wards. That is double from what they had in 2016. And of course, the main highlight here is Murimule Mohopon municipality. It was led by a DA with coalition with other parties. And of course, for the ANC, the main aim there was to just win it back. And of course, that did not happen. The ANC garnering about 14 seats, the EFF, the VF Plus, and also the DA garnering 14%. That means the ANC must work with someone to govern that. Of course, some sections of the ANC were already celebrating. They were very confident about winning that municipality, but now it's hung. You know, one of their juggernauts in the province said, jokingly said, it's like scoring a goal, celebrating, and later it's ruled offside. But to talk about that particular municipality, I'm joined by the chairperson of the ANC in the province, and that's Stan Mathabatha. Chairperson, thank you so much for your time. Let's talk about Murimule Mohopong. Your goal was just to win it, just to wrestle it back from the that coalition there, and that has not happened. What went wrong?
Nothing went wrong, but I think what we did at Murimule Mohopong, it was actually winning the race. We won the battle. We just did not win the war, you know, in the sense that we don't have an outright majority there. But what pleases me is that nobody in that municipality can run an administration without the ANC. The ANC is the majority party there. At 50%, everybody else is crumbling below. We've got 14 seats, and all of them jointly, if they add their seats, they equal our seats. So which therefore says the ANC can run a government with either of them, but they can't run a government without the ANC.
Now, let's talk about qualified, qualified stroke unqualified audits. Of course, as the ruling party, you'd like to see more municipalities obtaining unqualified audits.
Absolutely.
How do you make sure that you achieve that?
Yes, what we did when we realized that it was becoming very difficult for us to attract chartered accountants and the like to rural municipalities. We then took a decision as the provincial government, the Executive Council, that we should establish a professional hub within provincial treasury. You know, you would remember that at some stage, I think it was 2013, 2014, we had almost 60% of the municipalities being disclaimed. Then we said, no, we must deal with this disclaimer thing. Currently, we are a disclaimer-free province. We have added many municipalities, in fact, about 15, if I'm not mistaken, moved from qualified to unqualified. And then we only have very few municipalities that are still qualified. I'm almost certain that come next financial year, you may find that you've got only 1 or 2 municipalities which are still qualified. Disclaimer, we have dealt with it, we no longer have that. Now our concentration is just to make sure that all municipalities are unqualified or clean.
Okay. Let's just go back to voting. Low voters turnout. I know it's a multifaceted phenomenon. It can be caused by a whole lot of factors. What is your view on that?
You know, this was a very peculiar election. It's not like any other election that we ever had in the past 27 years, in the sense that you had a pandemic in this election. When you still thought there is this pandemic, you had these court cases, the constitutional court cases, where you had to prepare an election within a very short space of time. So the conditions, the material conditions generally were different, and I think it was a very challenging election process.
Okay. Now, 97%, you know, it's almost done and dusted, and you are leading. In some municipalities, you achieved 100%, Tulamela, for instance. Are you now rehearsing those dance moves? Are you already in the celebratory mood?
Well, we are very much elated. We are very happy that we performed in this particular manner against the challenges and impediments that we had moving into this election. So what we are going to do now is just to go out there, thank our people. You know, we need to thank our people for voting for the African National Congress, still developing, or perhaps should I say still carrying the kind of confidence that they have in the African National Congress. Remember, it's not like we did not have mistakes. We also had our own mistakes, a bunch of mistakes. But I'm sure that our people would realize that there is nothing better than the ANC.
Okay, thank you so much. And yeah, that was the chairperson of the ANC in the province, Chupu Stan Mathabatha. As we now link to my colleague Mahala.